Hello, welcome to Community Unity Now. Our co-host Trudy Leung couldn't be with us today. She has a full-time job and she is there. She wishes she could be with us. Our special guest today is Union Steward, Eric Basir of Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 308. Welcome. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be back.
I have a Chicago transportation Facebook group, and you're a member of it, and we post anything and everything that's on there. Beautiful photography, news articles, people tell their stories about what's happening on the CTA, the PACE, the Metra, RTA, and anything transportation related. History and even the streets, streets and bicycles, anything.
Yes.
But a lot of CTA going on there. And recently I posted an article and you commented on it. And I just want to reference this article here. It was on WTTW News. CTA leaders tout new security plan as some operators and mechanics protest outside. You did comment on that. Let me see if I can just go back. Oh, I lost it. Let me get back to it. I can easily get back to it. So in short, why don't you just tell us a little bit about that situation and what happened there?
Mm-hmm. So this protest was what I call a CTA-approved protest. There were sincere co-workers there on the bus side. But the leadership had organized this as a convenient response to the CTA's mismanagement of the system and of its human resources. Typically, what this particular president does is he uses his authority as a union president to tell the officers and some members who are loyalists or maybe new and need to be recruited, let them off work. We're going to go have a protest outside on the day you're going to have your meeting. And they say, okay. And interestingly, what happened though is he couldn't control it. There were workers that went upstairs to the board meeting and they had signs, which is against the rules.
There's a sign that says no signs allowed.
Right.
When you go up to the second floor.
And one of them even said, get away from me, don't get out of my space. And of course the union president wasn't there to back him up. So, it's
he went independently.
Outside
of the big protest group.
But he was in the spirit of it. And that's the way it should be, right? It shouldn't be a controlled thing of where you say, we pay us. Well, of course the CTA pays us, but how much do they pay us? They don't pay us enough because we're doing 6 and 7 days overtime just to pay the bills, many of us. We don't have our paid sick leave, so we go to work sick. The respect us, that's not even in the contract. That needs to be put in the contract.
Okay, are these items you're mentioning, were those the topics of the protest?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
Pay us, respect us, and...
Yes, mm-hmm. and these types of things, bring us safety. Yeah. But safety begins at home, and that is, how do you take care of the employees? Are you taking care of these employees? And they're not. We work with chemicals and rat infestations, and again, we just spread disease among them. There's something going around right now that's virulent, and I'm listening to the radio, the two-way radio, listening to CTA transmissions, and operators are getting sick.
Is it the cough? Is it the cough?
I'm not sure. It's probably everything.
The cough is going around.
Because we're getting it all. We get it all. You know what I mean? But we have to work. If we don't work, we get written up. We get punished. So these protests, and I've been at one I've been at one, and this president here, he's not really a union president, Keith Hill. He's more like a partner with the CTA. And he threatens the members with violence if they don't obey him. He calls managers on them if they give him a problem. I mean, what kind of president does that?
You said in your comment, I actually have it right here. I'll quote you on this. He threatens union members with violence, jail, and write-ups from management if they disagree or defy him.
Mm-hmm.
He openly tells them that you have been challenged to a fight by him. That's a quote from you. So tell us about that.
So we were at a protest, and there were some politicians there. This was one of those CTA-approved safety protests. And there was a politician there. Me and other co-workers had organized a CTA worker and writer town hall with the Fix the CTA campaign. And it was dying down, it was quiet. I went over there to the politician, I said, hey, here's this flyer for our town hall. Come on down. Love to see you. Oh, okay. And by the way, we'll tell you the truth about what's really going on with us. And he started getting agitated.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked away. And then he came up to me and he said, do you know who that is? And I said, I don't know who that is.
Who was it?
He said, that's Dick Durbin's secretary.
Okay.
And this is all on YouTube. And I said, well, I don't give a blankety blank about Dick Durbin's secretary. I care about the CTA workers. And he said, well, you're mentally ill. And I said, I may be mentally ill, President Hill, but at least I'm not a boss-loving, bootlicking sellout.
Okay.
And then he challenged me to the fight.
He challenged you to a fight,
Yeah.
like after school and high school.
Right.
By the flagpole.
Yeah.
Okay.
He told me to go to 95th Terminal and do it. I'm like, you know what? So I made a live stream shortly after. I said, you know what? I don't want to fight you because that's silly. I want to debate you.
Okay.
He never showed up, so.
Wow.
He wants to fight the union president. So that's silly.
So I've seen your town halls.
Yes.
Those are really interesting, and they seem very informative. Does this current union president attend the town halls?
No, he condemns them. He tells members don't get involved.
And what kind of information do you provide at the town halls?
Well, we basically...
It's a panel. I've seen the panel.
It's a panel,
Yeah.
and all we do is answer questions from riders and explain what we go through day to day as workers in the operations, maintenance.
So this is workers and riders.
Yeah.
Town hall.
Yeah. So any concerns they have, we listen to them, and we have concerns, and they listen to us, and then we talk about possible solutions,
So anybody can go to these?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us more. When do you have them?
Well, we don't have a schedule. We don't have like a set
Right,
schedule.
but in general.
But
how do you find
every
out?
couple months.
Okay,
maybe
how do you find out about them?
We promote them on social media. We, flyers, that kind of thing.
So you'll find them on the Chicago Transportation Facebook group. When he puts them out, he can either put them there or I'll find them and I'll put them up there. We've done it before.
Yes.
And you can find the past meetings and probably videos of the past meetings from YouTube on there as well. Chicago Transportation on Facebook, so that you can be a part of it. If you have a concern about the CTA, how about that?
I like that.
Okay.
And we'll post it again today, or
right.
whenever this airs, we'll have it up there again.
Because I'm very much for transparency, and that
Yes.
there are a lot of issues.
Yes.
A lot of issues going on, and you're saying that this current president is sweeping the issues under the rug.
Well, he helps the CTA mismanagement control the chaos. Okay, like in here, I don't know if it was this article. It might have been the one reported by Streets Blog,
You
but
can
he
look
did.
at that if you want.
He
Yeah.
did mention a strike. This guy's the number one strike breaker. Anyone who will talk about strike will catch hell from this person. Our union presidents do not want the CTA workers to strike at all. They work very hard to fight.
How is that? I don't understand, because I'm a supporter of unions.
Yeah.
Over all the years.
Yeah.
And unions strike.
Right.
Right?
But not ours, and they're proud about it. They say, no, we don't strike. We're not like the other unions. We maintain good relationships with management. Well, that's the problem.
Okay.
That's the problem.
And you're running for president.
Yes, we have an election November 17th, 2026.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're running for union president.
So Local 308, Keith Hill is in Local 241, but we have the same contract and we're the same union. We're just different local numbers.
Got it.
So we signed, the Local 308 president and the Local 241 president signed the same contract.
So you can both be union presidents within the CTA.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You know, it's off, the election cycle's off.
And how would you expect to work together?
Well, I will work with Keith Hill or any union president that wants to help the members fight like a real union. But I don't expect it from him because he's an important asset to the politicians especially. Because part of the politicians, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, they don't want strikes either. They'll say they're pro-union, but they're anti-strike. And we saw that with Joe Biden and the so-called progressive Democrats that broke the railroad worker strike. That was going to shut this country down.
Now, how about the CTA Board?
What about them?
They're trying to prevent the strike.
Oh, they don't want that either.
They don't want the strike.
In fact, I have complained to them. I sent them a complaint about one of the worst mismanagers at the CTA. I call him Boss Worst. That's how bad he is. I mean, he literally threatens the workers to not call me if they need help. And he's even told them that he's the union. And he suspends them for reporting defects on trains that you ride. Imagine that. Trains you're riding. My co-workers and me inspect these trains and we find defects on these trains and we report it in a record. And this man suspends us? Suspends the workers for reporting defects?
So I heard...
Is that safe?
I heard that you wanted to go and be beside one of the workers, and you got reprimanded for it.
Yes. One of the workers was being fired for being sick at work, and it's a second chance worker, highly exploited class of workers at the CTA, and he insisted that I be there. Our president said fine, but she wouldn't take me off work to do it. She said, it would only take you 2 hours, and you can go to work after that. I said, yeah, but I'm sleep deprived because I've been up all night going back and forth with you and him, trying to figure this out. And plus, it's a discharge case, so I never sleep well when that happens because this person's going to lose their career. And I said, just give me that, as per the contract, you can release me from work, and I don't even want pay. So I'm personally sacrificing a day pay to represent someone who's going to be fired.
Okay.
Just give me the day off so I don't get written up. She refused. So now I'm going to get written up. I'm an elected union official, and I had to call off sick.
So you're supposed to do your union advocacy only when you're not working.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the bylaws of our union allow me 6 days a month to do that. And so it'd be easy. The president would be within the bounds of the bylaws to even pay me for it. But I told her, I said, don't even pay me because I know you don't want to pay. You don't want me to do this anyways. So, and that's why I'm running for president because I'm so tired of this. Why do I have to fight our own union president? To help people who want my help.
So if you should be elected president
Yes.
of Local 308, what would you do differently? How would you change it up?
My definite chief aim is to democratize Local 308 and put the members in charge. Let them democratically decide the union and take all control of the union from the CTA. Because right now, as it stands, the Chicago Transit Authority controls every union there. We got multiple unions there, not just ATU. So they control them. And I want to take it from them because the members want that. And they want to control their union. Right now it's been, you elect me, I be your boss, I go talk with boss, and I tell boss what you say, and boss tells me what he says, and then I tell you what boss says, and then you go and do what I say. No. I'm a union official. You're paying me to be off the clock, the union member. I work for you. And the riders need to understand that we understand without you, the riders, we have no job. But without us, the trains and the buses don't move. And am I calling for a strike? No, not at all. That's up to the members to decide that democratically. And by the way, they have multiple times. But you know who's in the way? The union presidents.
Okay, so that's why you're running for president. And so, how are you campaigning to become president? How does this work?
Well, on my own time, I just talk to people, and when I'm done with the union 8 hours, I'm out for another bunch of hours. So I got my flyers, I got my social media blowing up on TikTok for some reason. People love TikTok. I can't handle that TikTok, but people love it, so I just put everything out there.
Well, you do have interesting videos.
Okay.
You do have interesting, catchy videos. I saw the one where you were being interviewed at WLUW. That interview with us.
Yes,
and you used little clips of that and little that you were, responding to some of our questions.
Yes,
that's really neat.
My son produced that. Yeah, he's a music producer.
Okay.
For a hobby. He's really talented.
I was wondering what your secret was.
That's my son.
I knew you had a secret.
Yeah, there you go.
How could you be doing all this yourself? I was wondering who it was.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So, do you have any current updates or stories?
So right now, we, the CTA workers, are going through extreme punishment by the CTA mismanagement. That is, now that they got funding, which ironically, if it wasn't for the riders and the CTA workers advocating and lobbying, sacrificing our own time and money, the CTA wouldn't have this funding. There'd be layoffs. There'd be a system cutback, you know what I mean? But we got the money. But now what they're doing, they're punishing us even harder for our being sick. So here we have a certificate that I got from the second in command at the CTA. And this is thanking me for perfect attendance in the year of 2025. Do you know how many days I came to work sick?
Perfect attendance?
Yeah. I have perfect attendance, but that's because I go to work sick and I spread it to my coworkers and they spread it back to me.
So how many days were you sick? And how sick were you?
It got worse when I moved to this other shop, Midway shop, because there's a big chemical buildup there. There's a huge chemical buildup. You smell it as soon as you go in the building.
So the Midway is the orange line, and the development with the orange line, as I understand it, is they're becoming 24/7.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing of working conditions. So I don't know what's been negotiated with our presidents for that. So I don't know how real that is. But they better give us paid sick leave because they're never gonna have enough operators for these trains because they're always sick and injured. I mean, it's one-person train operation. You remember the days when we had two-person train.
And I know you're an advocate for two.
Yeah.
Two-person train operator because it would speed up the process, right?
Yes, absolutely. You could have another uniformed worker who knows about train operation, not an ambassador, not this silly thing, ambassador. Mm-hmm. That ambassador is going to cause delays. You want to have someone who's a conductor who can deal with defects, deal with lost and found, deal with customers with issues.
So if there's a lost and found, if there's a major issue on the train, if there's somebody on the train causing a problem, if there's somebody with a disability and they got to put that metal thing down there.
And we have customer assistance for that at the stations, but because the CTA pays poverty wages for poverty time jobs, 40-hour part-time jobs, these customer assistants, they can't keep them. So they're not there to put the gap filler that you see, the little ramp that goes between the platform and the train. Because the benefits and the pay is horrible and the working conditions are worse, So here we had one quick example. So here we have a customer assistant on the pink line, and she's finally going to go public soon with me. But here she has cancer.
Okay.
She has cancer and she's being treated, and they tell her, okay, we're going to test you and you're going to recertify. You're going to have to climb the ladder of a train, and you're going to have to do this. She said, look, my doctor got this note. I have a port for chemotherapy. She's got, so they can put the medicine in her body, right? So she said, if I do that, incline that letter, it's going to pop out. Mm-hmm. Then I won't be able to work at all. Mm-hmm. Can we? No, that's the job requirement. No accommodation. No. You're out of service. But in our contract, we have something called light duty. So people who are going through this, you can give them a desk job.
In the military, it's called a chit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned something.
It's a thing.
I learned something new. And they have that. But you know what we found out? It's only seems to be reserved for friends of the managers and friends of the union president.
So you're saying some get it, but not all.
Exactly. And it's worded in the contract so the CTA may do it. It's up to them. So here, so now this woman is basically suspended without pay. But she comes to work. She does a good job.
So
But she's almost done, by the way, with her treatment. She's like at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So soon she's not going to need that thing.
So they can't wait for that time to come.
Yeah.
Now you've mentioned that the second chance workers, mm-hmm. which are returning citizens who are given a job opportunity through the CTA, and
but they felons. Sometimes they have felons. Sometimes they don't have any felony. By the way.
Okay.
They just are homeless or something.
But they have less wiggle room.
Yeah.
For keeping their job.
Right.
And tell us about that.
So I can get as a full-time employee, as a full-time permanent and full-time permanent employee and part-time temporary employees at the CTA, we can get up to 6 marks for absenteeism, whatever it is. Okay, sick or we're late, whatever, in 1 year, and then we're fired. Second chancers have 4.
In a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and my coworker, the rest of us full-timers, we can get 3 behavioral violations. Basically, if we get caught falling asleep or we curse out a manager or whatever, don't have our uniform properly, they can only get 1. And our write-ups are not cumulative. So I could get a couple write-ups for this and a couple write-ups for procedural and safety, but they are cumulative. So they'll take, if you got a safety violation, which is 2 points, and then you got an attendance violation, which is 1 point, they combine it, and you got 3. You're fired.
So they're second-class employees.
There you go. And that's why I call it the second-class program.
Okay.
And I'm not going to quit talking about it.
Okay.
Not until it's either abolished or reformed. And I've rewritten that part of the contract and submitted it multiple times. And our union president say, well, this is unrealistic. Okay. Well, it's not realistic to expect union members in the same union
The current president of Local 308 is saying that. You're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
They laugh at me. They call me a clown. They call me a liar. It's sad. It's sad. But the management, CTA mismanagement, is very pleased with them. And that's why they take pictures with them. If you've ever seen them online that I've posted, they hug each other, they pose with each other in photos.
I've seen the press conferences.
You've seen?
I've seen all that. Yeah.
It's really sad.
So that's a very sad story about the cancer and about the device in there.
And she's not, of course, not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually they just die at work, sadly. We had one with chronic heart disease. She just died at work because she had to do overtime. She couldn't take off.
Okay.
But she died. She had a heart attack at work. A part-timer, by the way, who worked over 40 hours a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many we have got a couple minutes here maybe. How many workers have you represented?
Well, oh geez, it's now well over 100, you know, and then there's the people who I just help. Mm-hmm. So who just call.
They call for advice?
Yeah, and they'll call me from different unions too. I got people from around the country calling me.
You're famous.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, and they say, yeah, my opponents say don't listen to him. He misinforms you. He doesn't have good relationships with management, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. but it's better than what they're getting now, which is nothing. So I'm trying my best.
Wow. So there is the federal funding that's maybe withheld if I guess that's what the story of the protest is, WTTW News. If the public safety doesn't go up. And now they've got county sheriffs, I believe.
Yeah, they're working with the county sheriff. They're doing deputies. But here's the thing: if you look real carefully at the article, read it carefully.
Okay.
When it comes to the police presence, they're saying they're opening up more work. What that means is they're not hiring nobody, but they're doing overtime. So here you got police already stressed out from a 40-hour work week, and they're doing overtime.
Let me quote this real quick. We have 1 minute left. Officials say the effort created in collaboration with the Chicago Police Department, Cook County Sheriff's Office, represents a 75% increase in policing hours across the system. In addition to increased CPD patrol hours, the sheriff's officers will also have a presence in the system.
Yeah, it's overtime. That's all that means.
Yeah. Eric Basir. So good to have you over.
Man, thank you.
What a pleasure it's always is to have you, and you tell the stories and you tell it like you see it.
I do.
Eric Basir, Union Steward, Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 308. This is Community Unity Now for Trudy Leon, who wishes she could be here, but she's working. We hope you have a good time. Until next time.